Hello and welcome. You guys are already aware about how we can create origin inside CloudFront. But today we are going to discuss about multiple origin. We will create multiple origins and then we will create origin group. You may have this question that what is a use case, why we need to create multiple origins and why we need to create origin group. You are going to get answer of all your question in this video. So let's start. As always, we are going to start with the introduction of origin group. CloudFront Origin Group. A CloudFront Origin Group is a collection of multiple origins. Why we need to create multiple origin? Because of reliability. It will provide reliability to your content delivery. Looking interesting, right? No need to worry. You will get complete understanding when we will complete lab of this particular scenario. Multiple origins. You can add multiple origins into the group and each origin will have a specific designation. We call them primary origin and secondary origin. Now, what is the use case of primary origin? The primary origin is a main source of the content. CloudFront will go to the primary origin to get the content. CloudFront send all the requests to the primary origin first. Now what? If your primary origin goes down, the CloudFront cannot able to cache the content and ultimately user cannot able to open the website, right? So here we don't want this. We want to continuously deliver our application. So we have another origin for the CloudFront. So we are informing our CloudFront that go to the primary origin. If it is not available, if it is not going to provide you content, you have secondary origin. The secondary origin acts as a backup. If the primary origin fails, CloudFront switches to the secondary origin. And this will provide automatic failover. CloudFront automatically checks the health of both origins. It automatically switches to the secondary origin if primary is unavailable. And when primary will be available, it will automatically switch from backup to primary. So now you got complete understanding that why we need to create multiple origin and origin group and how it is going to provide you reliability. But practical is always mandatory and it will provide you great detail about a specific terminology. So here we are going to perform two labs. Here we have one lab 1, basic scenario EC2 to S3 failover, and then we have lab 2 as well, in which we are going to talk about geographical failover with load balancer. Keep this in mind that they are asking this type of question in exam. That's why we have created two labs, and definitely you will get question related to this scenario in the exam. So here we are going to start our lab 1, scenario 1, basic scenario EC2 and S3 failover. First of all, scenario explanation. In this scenario, the goal is to ensure continuous availability of your website even if the primary server EC2 instance goes down. Here we have two origins. One EC2, we will configure it as a primary origin, and then we have one S3 bucket as well. We will configure this as a secondary origin. Why we are creating this setup? User experience. If the primary EC2 instance hosting to your website goes down, we don't want user to see an error or have no response. Let's say that if you want to buy something from the new website and if you are going to visit website and if you are getting any error message over there, definitely you will not visit this website again. So we don't want to lose our customer. So even if my EC2 instance goes down, we want to send some message to the user so they can understand our problem and they can come back. Instead, we want to give user-friendly message that the site will be back soon or provide them with the basic version of the website. For example, our website is not available right now. You can call us and you can place your order using our call center. So this kind of detail we want to provide them. Business continuity. This setup ensures that your website remains accessible even if it's limited capacity, which is crucial for maintaining trust with your user. If the website is not available, then it will be problematic. So here we want to provide business continuity. The S3 bucket will serve as a temporary backup website. It could display maintenance message or provide basic information until primary EC2 instance is back online. So this is our requirement. We want to provide reliability. Now we want to do this lab right now. I know that this video will be lengthy, but this is compulsory to go with the flow. So we are going to set up this environment. Here we have a very easy 5 steps. The first is create EC2 instance and configure it as a web server which will act as a primary server. So right now I am inside my EC2 dashboard. Here I am going to create one EC2 instance. I'm going to give name, web server. I'm going to create my favorite Amazon Linux instance T2 Micro. Here it is a key. And here I'm going to allow HTTP. Why? Because we are going to set up this web server. So we have to allow this, right? Okay. And we have public IP and everything because I'm creating this into the default VPC. So let's click on launch instance. Now my instance will be ready within minutes. So we have to access them and access it and configure it as a web server. So I'm going to open command prompt, going to the download folder, SSH -i because my key is in the download folder. So new 2024 -key. And here I'm going to copy IP. Yes, this is my IP. So as I have Linux, so EC2-user @IP address. And yes, I got access. Now I want to configure this as a web server. So what I will do, I will say sudo -i, going to log in as a root. And now I'm going to install web server. So I will say that yum install httpd. So we have to place our web server web page here. So as you know that in Apache we have default web page which is CD, available in CD where www html. Now here I have index.html page which is available here. Now you guys don't need to worry about this. I will provide you this into the description of video so you guys can also access this. So I'm going to copy the content of the index.html. Then I'm going to open VI editor index.html and I'm going to paste this content. WQ. Now I have to start this service. So the command is systemctl start httpd. And I want to make sure that this service will start automatically if I am going to restart my instance. So I'm going to say systemctl enable httpd. Done. Now let's test our web server. So going to copy public IP and going to paste it over here. Yes, I am getting this website. Welcome to CloudFolks EC2 website, and everything is working perfectly. So step 1 is over. Now we are going with the step 2. Here we are going to set up our secondary website. So we are going to create S3 bucket and we will configure this as a static web hosting. So let's go to the S3. Here I don't have any bucket. So let's create bucket. Giving name Fox Web. You can give any name. As you know that I want to set up this website bucket as a static web hosting. So I'm going to remove this block called public access and let's click on create bucket. Okay, I have to acknowledge here and create bucket. Now I have one index.html file for this website as well. So I'm going to the Fox bucket. Here I'm going to click on upload, add file, and I'm going to add this index.html file. Again, you don't need to worry about this. I will provide you a link into the description so you guys can download this. Then now we want to set up this static web hosting. So we have to make it public. So I'm going to the permissions Here I am going to the bucket policy, edit, and policy generator. We are creating this policy for S3. So bucket policy, allow, going to say star because I want to allow all the content. And here I am going to say get object. Now I have to provide bucket ARN. So I am going to copy this bucket ARN and here I am going to say paste it and then star because I want to allow all the content. So add statement, generate policy, copy and paste it over here. Now you can close this policy generator. So now every object of the bucket will be public. Bucket itself will be public. Then going to the properties, going to the static web hosting, add it, enable it, and here just specify index.html. Done and save changes. So now if I am going to use this URL, I am able to open static website as well because it is also now ready. So what we can say that these two steps are ready. Now we have to set up CloudFront distribution. So what I am doing, going to the going to the CloudFront now, final service we have. So now I have one CloudFront distribution which is old one. So I am going to delete this and let's create the new one. Here I will set up S3 origin first and then we will add EC2. Okay. So let's click and you guys also follow the same process. Create distribution. Here I can say that this is my S3 bucket. It is having static web hosting enabled. So it is asking me to use website endpoint. I am saying that yes, we have HTTP website. So it is done. Here I am going to this particular option and here I am going to say cache disable. Why I am doing this? Because otherwise it will take time to switch over. Otherwise it will provide us a website directly from the cache, so we cannot test it out so fast. So that's why I'm going to make it. In the real world, you don't need to do this. We are not going to touch any options over here. We have to select WAF, Web Application Firewall. So we don't want to enable this right now. So no need to worry. Just create this with the old default options. So now it is creating this. Now we have to go to the distribution and then we can open with this particular domain name. Now it will take some time. When everything will be ready, I will come back and then we will add another origin. Okay, so now I'm able to open this website. It took almost 2 to 3 minutes. Now we need to create CloudFront Origin for EC2 instance. Now keep this in mind that you do not need to create new one. Okay, we have this distribution. We need to add another origin here. So what I'm doing, going to this distribution. Here we have origins. We have one S3 origin already there, but we need to add EC2 as an origin. So I'm going to click on create origin. Now here you have to check this out that you are not going to get EC2 instance. See, by default, if you have S3 bucket, it will be listed here. If you have load balancer, it will be listed over here. API gateway will be listed over here. So in many cases, if you have any origin, it will be displayed here. But for EC2, the origin will not display. So how you can add EC2 as an origin? You have to go to your EC2 instance. Select your EC2 instance, scroll down and here you will get public IPv4 DNS. Keep in mind, here you have private IP DNS as well. You do not need to use this. You have to use public IPv4 DNS. Copy this and add this here. Now it will detect this automatically. Yes, we have website which is HTTP. So I'm going to select this. You do not need to touch any other options. Just need to click on create origin. So now we have added multiple origin and it's time to go with the step number 4, set up origin group. So once you add multiple origin, if you look at this, here we have origin groups. So what we will do here, we will click on create origin group. Now it is allowing me to add origins. So I'm going to select both of them and add. Now we have to choose which will be my primary, which will be my secondary. I want to use EC2 as a primary, so it is there. And here we have another one which is secondary, S3 bucket. Now if you want to change the order, you can make any as a primary or secondary. So we want EC2 as a primary, so I'm just going to make it up. This will be primary, giving name EC2 S3. And here it is a failover criteria, like when you want to failover. So if I'm going to get any of this error from my EC2 instance, I want to make this failover. Create origin group. Now what do you think, guys? Is it done? No. Now I am going to tell you about the main setup option. If you are not going to set up this, you will be in trouble and you will never get your result. So let's talk about this magical option. Sorry, I know that you want to watch full video, but full video is now not available on YouTube. If you want to watch full video, I want you to go to our website. When you will go to our website, you will find out our course 100 Days YouTube Challenge. I want you to enroll for this course by paying only 499 rupees for lifetime if you are from India. If you are from outside of India, you just need to pay $7 US. Once you will enroll to this course, you are going to get all full videos over there on our portal. You are also going to get certificate after completing the course, and we have just uploaded 120 videos. We are going to upload another 120 videos as well. So there will be total 240 videos. I hope we are going to meet inside the class. Thank you very much.